Welcome back. We are covering 25 perks to consider when joining a new company. Don't twerk for your perk. Number 10 is access to continuing ed. And before we get started, if you do me a huge favor, click the positive feedback mechanism on whatever platform you happen to be watching or listening to this content on. I greatly appreciate it. Lets the platform know that you appreciate it, and it's free and quick to do. So number 10 this week is accessing continuing ed. And this is a little bit different than the training and seminars, right? The training and seminars can be about anything, but typically continuing ed is really more specific to any certifications you may have, or depending on if maybe you have a company that does tutoring, right? And for you to retain your teaching licenses, you have to have certain amount of continuing ed credits and that type of thing. But typically, for instance, I'm a certified Scrum Master, and I have I have to actually hustle up here and complete my continuing ed to get recertified here in less than 30 days, and I need to do that this week actually. But anyway, I digress. But there's a whole slew of different technical and all kinds of different licenses that you had. When I had my Series 6, 63, 26, and 51 with FINRA and the SEC, I also had to do continuing ed. But you as a company and as a business owner need to consider what that looks like, right? And the reason it's important is, number one, if your employees and your workforce have these certifications, it actually builds up the credibility for your company, right? For you to be able to refer to the different subject matter experts and showing their certifications, again, that gives your company credibility as well. And a lot of these actual certifications that you get are quite difficult and quite time consuming. And so for you to be able to not only support continuing ed to maintain and retain or obtain these licenses or certifications, it takes time, even for the continuing ed. And so for you to provide, time for your employees to study for those or obtain those, and then financially supporting those as well, I think will help your retention. Again, if you have quality people in your workforce that you want to retain, all these little things that we're talking about in this video series will help you with your retention, right? And that's what you want, because it's way easier to retain quality employees and invest in them than to obtain new ones and have to train them, right? Every time you have somebody that's been with you for a couple of years and they exit or leave your company, and sometimes it's time and you need to support them anyway, because you never know when you might cross paths again and you might want to rehire them. Maybe they get some outside experience, and that's a good thing, right? But at the end of the day, all the studies show it's way easier and much more, way more cost effective to retain, good employees than to try and secure new ones. And you're rolling the dice when you hire somebody new, right? If you've been around long enough and hired folks, we've all had those bad hires. They interviewed well, resume looked great, but at the end of the day, it was just not a good hire. So, but anyway, just something to consider as well, and just wanted to distinguish and a little bit from training and seminars as well. And that's going to do it for this video. And if you do me again a big favor and click the positive feedback mechanism on whatever platform you happen to be watching or listening to this on, I'd greatly appreciate it. It's quick and free to do. Talk to you at the next video.